Welcome if you're here for the first time, or welcome back if you're already a friend. This week's GOG sale is loaded with indie gems, from Noita and CrossCode to Into the Breach and Tangle Tower. Stick around as we check all the top 10 must-have deals you won't want to miss. Tangle Tower is a murder mystery point-and-click adventure game. Ooh! It's also third entry in Detective Grimoire series, in which playing as the Detective Grimoire, along with your funky assistant Sally Spears, you must investigate the death of Freya Fellow in the eponymous Twisted Mansion. The clues may oddly point to the killer being the painting of her ancestor. Yeah, you've heard that right, but you will not rest until you find the true culprit. Or have to go to the toilet, cause that's also a good time to take a short break. So you'll explore richly detailed rooms, solve numerous environmental puzzles, collect evidence, and interrogate a peculiar ensemble of suspects, unlocking new dialogue options once key clues are uncovered. If you like games with quirky characters, investigative work, interesting and creative puzzles, and a lot of humor, then Tangle Tower for a price of a small cup of black coffee is a steal. Why black? Cause with milk it may actually be more than this game. Noita is a true gem of indie gaming. It's a single-player action roguelike that's unlike anything you've played. Why, you may wonder? Because of the so-called Falling Everything engine. Weird name, but hear me out. It not only procedurally generates the entire world of Noita, so that it's fresh and ready to be explored for each playthrough, but also simulates each and every pixel individually, and they are split into 4 categories of soil, liquid, gas or foe, with each of displaying appropriate to them properties and reacting differently to the built-in physics engine, interactions between them with yourself, world and spells. Spells that you can actually not only cast, but also craft on your own by slotting projectile shapes, modifiers and stat amplifiers into ones. Travel through 8 unique biomes, fight different enemies and learn, usually by dying, how dangerous accurate physics engine can actually be. Water and lava turn to stone, suddenly bursting pockets of water may drown you, and toxic gases suffocate. There may be more things to kill you than help you in Noita, but you will love every minute of the struggle. CrossCode is a sci-fi action RPG that somehow managed to be both, faithful to the retro 16-bit SNES-style visuals and atmosphere, and also modern game design practices and abundance of content. It's a mixture like no other, but boy oh boy, you're so gonna love it. And especially that it's truly gigantic game, and completing it will take you around 40 hours. Closer to 80 even, if you'd like to 100% it. And while CrossCode may offer 7 unique areas to explore, more than 120 types of enemies, over 30 bosses, 7 dungeons, 100 plus quests, 100 combat skills and even more passives, all of that is still not the best thing about it. Because what is the story. It starts off seemingly innocent as a tale of your character being a young game tester in a sort of virtual reality MMORPG, just to evolve into much darker truth. One, explaining why you not remembering your past at all has a much deeper reason, and proving that the line between real and imaginary is rather thin. I mean, what is real even? At $3.99 only, you're not only gonna find the answers, but also a fantastic game. Kingdoms and Castles is a single-player medieval city building game in which you must turn a tiny hamlet into a sprawling self-sustainable city. And to do so, you need to take care of everything, like a true micromanagement boss that you are. So you'll need to spread your peasants between different tasks, making sure that you're steadily expanding, but also that all of them have enough food to eat. You'll construct buildings, specialized in housing, extract and mine resources, prepare for the harsh seasons, fires and plagues, and most of all, build defenses to hold off raiding Vikings, raging beasts, and deadly dragons among others. There is a lot in Kingdoms and Castles that can shatter your dreams, but you're also you, so more likely than not to succeed. Monster attacks, events and disasters are generated procedurally, and each and every moment you spend playing may and will bring new challenges, surprises and opportunities. Kingdoms and Castles may not be the cheapest of today's choices, but the amount of content that it offers, for the asking price of just under $10, is more than appropriate. Legend of Grimrock II is a first-person dungeon crawling RPG, and a game made in style of everyone's favorite, tip-topping 1990s classics like Eye of the Beholder and Dungeon Master. It marries the viewpoint, movement and style of the 90s with modern quality of life improvements and control scheme to serve over 20 hours worth of sweet dungeon crawling and monster bashing, sometimes at once. If you've not had your share 3 decades ago and are still keen to explore ancient ruins and defeat fantasy creatures, then there's no better game than that. Well, there is also First Legend of Grimrock, which is also on sale on GOG, but other than these two, there are no as attractively priced equals. You and a group of 4 fellow prisoners land on the storm-tossed shores of the Isle of Nex after your shipwreck. And the only way to get off the island seems to be through the castle Nex, in which evil caster responsible for your unexpected arrival resides. But before you get there, a whole game worth of adventure awaits you. If you've seen Pacific Rim, you'll know what to expect from Into the Breach. I mean, you won't, cause it's not a movie, but you'll have a general idea. Huge monsters known as Vec emerge from beneath the earth and cause mayhem and destruction everywhere. Remnants of the civilization are threatened by them, so they send out huge mechs to fight the creatures in this turn-based tactics gem of a game. Your goal is to protect civilian power sources and infrastructure at all cost, all the while neutralizing the insectoid scum. All the enemy attacks are telegraphed a turn ahead, allowing you to best pick your strategy to minimize losses and maximize effectiveness of your own actions. Do you sacrifice a building to take down 2 creatures in one turn? Or will you send your mechs to tank attacks that would otherwise devastate local neighborhoods? Upgrade your mechs, unlock best pilots and beat each encounter like a tactical puzzle that they truly are. Or fail and send research data back in time to retain all the unlockables for your next playthrough. And there will be a next one, as Into the Breach is hella addictive. While Democracy 4 may not be as popular as its predecessor was, it doesn't make it a bad game. And it's definitely one to check out for all the fans of strategies, political fiction, and to some degree, even unusual simulations. As the title stipulates, it's Democracy 4, as in 4 times better than any other form of government, all the while not being as good as the still non-existent governments 5, 6, or 11. You're a leader of your country, be it a president or prime minister. And you're in charge of having it prosper, grow, and become an important member on the international political scene. So whether you want to legalize drugs, ban abortions, or focus on green energy, the choice will be yours to take, but so will the consequences. Because while you are quote-unquote in charge, it doesn't really guarantee your future re-election. Democracy 4 is not a game about winning, it's a game about leading your country and learning what that may mean in the long run. Words and all. So if that sounds even remotely interesting to you, why not give it a chance at 66% off. Lost Ember is a single-player third-person exploration adventure game with an emphasis on that exploration. It invites you into its breathtaking world filled with ruins of ancient long-lost civilization, vibrant biomes and lush landscapes, all the while delivering a poignant narrative about memory, loss and redemption. You play as a lonely wolf, guided by the wandering spirit who seeks the passage to the fabled City of Light. You can possess any animal or creature that you come across to move, explore and experience this world from their unique point of view. Rather than traditional puzzling, Lost Ember uses environmental storytelling to tell its tale and to let you experience its visceral beauty. At its core, it's a story about Kalani, a member of the Yanren tribe that believes that those who sinned in life will become the so-called Lost Embers in the afterlife, forever doomed to wander the world as animals. Lost Ember may not be the cheapest out of today's offers, but it's definitely the most visually stunning. Phoenotopia is set on a post-apocalyptic Earth centuries after the Ancient War. It's a time when technology is shunned and societies have reverted to the pre-industrial life. You know, wake up with the chickens, go to bed with the sun and whatnot. When the aliens unexpectedly, I mean, that's a silly statement, cause how would you expect them to arrive if you have no access to advanced tech, abduct all adults from your home village of Panselo. Playing as Gale, you must journey across diverse regions to rescue them and uncover the origins of the enigmatic artifact known as Phoenix that's responsible for the abductions. For the side-scrolling action Metroidvania-style adventure, Phoenotopia is a rather big game and can take upwards of 50 hours to beat if you're willing to find all of its secrets. Face over 50 kinds of monsters and 12 bosses, use more than 10 tools and weapons, and visit vibrant towns and dangerous dungeons. All of that awaits you today for just shy of $7. But of course, I've left the best for last. You know, how you did at dinner as a kid. You first ate what you were not into, the green and orange stuff I mean. Then you munched on what you were fine with but didn't care much for. And the best waited there on your plate for the last so that you could enjoy it in full, not spoiled by any other things it may be in contact with. It was naturally cold by then and not as good as it optimally should be, but you were 5 and you didn't know any better. Day of the Tentacle Remastered is a brilliant little re-release of a classic time-traveling point-and-click adventure in which Bernard, Hoagie and Laverne get accidentally stuck in the same spot but in 3 different time periods after trying to prevent Purple Tentacle's nefarious plan of world domination. Yeah, you've heard that right, every single word of it. Day of the Tentacle Remastered is a wonderful trip down the memory lane to the early 90s and one of the best point-and-click adventure games ever made. And as a bonus, it offers both modern high-resolution smooth presentation and original glorious pixelated design. For $2.99, there are no better games in the genre anywhere. Get it! And that's your top 10 GOG indie deals for the week. Which of the bargains are you snapping up first? Let me know in the comments below. Smash that like if you found the gem and hit subscribe so you never miss another killer sale. Thanks for watching and I'll talk to you soon.